So, hello and welcome everyone to the final episode of Road to Nationals. It is episode 20, and we have competed in Nationals 2 days ago on the Saturday, 10th of May. Um, main thing for those that haven't seen my Instagram and my other socials, I am now the junior 120 plus kilo national champion of Australia. Um, Obviously, this is for APA, so Australia Powerlifting Alliance, and they're partnered with IPF. Um, so yeah, absolutely huge. I have started this journey. Pretty much everything has been recorded here. Most things has been transparent. Most training sessions have been showed. It's a bit surreal still being a national champion. I think it helps that four other blokes, three other juniors and one sub junior, also became national champions over the last few days. Um, and having more around really shows, okay, this is a community I do want to stay in and I do want to be in. Um, but without further ado, let's go through the comp recap. Um, Starting off with squats, we had 300 kilos as our opener. Um, we were warming up quite conservatively and, came in moving all right. And as you can see, I'll play the squat as multiple times as I need to. Like 300 kilos flew. Like when I say fly, I mean fly. Felt so good. Um, and obviously, I had competition. I had Ben. He was a favorite, and he was pretty much in line to win it. But I executed. So we went on to our second attempt, and that was 327 kilos or 27.5. Um, and that didn't move as well as I wanted it to. Um, we took this, usually I like the big jumps, between 20, 30 kilo jumps. I think they suit me. Um, it was to be on the safer side because I'd rather execute 340 than try 350 and fail. Um, and especially when the competition's so close, I can't make mistakes. And the plan was to go 6 from 6. We moved forward, and 340 kilos actually moved pretty bloody decent. That is, so after checking open powerlifting, um, out of all tested Australian lifters that competed in a raw competition, and is juniors, so junior tested raw, in Australia, I'm number one. So that was the heaviest squat done, um, in competition, raw junior tested. Um, in terms of just raw opens and everything, I think I'm 12th, also tested. And then when we're talking about untested lifters, open, raw, I think I'm like 20 something, down the list. But it's good to know that I'm quite a strong squatter and I really want to work on this and move forward. So that's also a national record. How can I forget? Moving on, we have our bench. Bench was pretty abysmal. So we opened up with 180 kilos, I think. Um, and what happened is we hit 180, moved pretty good, but like a lot of people are saying, the carpet was pretty slippery. I'm not one to complain, but I did notice that my feet started to slip a bit, um, which just meant I just adjusted. I had to make sure my shoes were grippy. I think some athletes were putting water underneath, but I didn't have to. Just rub my feet on the floor, step out, move my feet back a bit, and concentrate. Calls were long. I think it was like 2 to 3 seconds on average for the pause, but I'm also a sink bencher. Well, half, but that's just how it is. So we move on to our second attempt, which was the last attempt I got. That was 197.5. 180 moved pretty well, so we wanted to really make a big jump to set up for a good third attempt. Um, and this was a bit labored. It moved quite well, um, or white lights. Then we get to our third and final attempt for bench, and this would have set me on for 6 from 6. However, when we walked up, went on the bar, 205 kilos, I ended up dipping the weight a bit. So I pretty much got it to my chest, exploded off, and part of it is because even though I've moved my grip wide, I'm still a bit narrow. So it sort of got caught and then it just had a bit of downwards motion. And although I finished the rep, so it is a good, all-time PR of +5, I actually never got it, which was a shame. But this meant there was only a 2.5 kilo difference between Ben and I. So it was very close. It was a very tight battle. And then that takes us into our deadlifts. So deadlifts was also a huge battle. I opened up at 295, and funny enough, as it looks, it bloody flew really bloody good, like insane. Um, and then Ben went for 300, so he was in the lead, not much. And then I go load up my second attempt. Ben loaded 320, I think. He got it. And then my second attempt was 322.5 kilos. Now, the aim was to execute this, and it flew up to my knees. And I felt my grip go as soon as I think it was my thumb hitting my quad. And I wasn't locked in tight enough for my hook, and just poor grip strength. So I pretty much got up, it was flying and moved really bloody good, and then catastrophe. Right hand, it slipped out, and then once it starts putting too much pressure on the right, or the pressure goes on the left, and then right, let's go, left, let's go. So that put a lot of stress onto my final attempt. Now, then from here on out, it was a game of chess. For those who don't know, you can set your final attempt and then you have 2 attempt changes to any weight. So what happened is Ben's coach put 350 on the bar. So then we had to beat him by like 2.5 or 3 kilos. I think it was 3 because of my lot number, whatever that means. And because of that, we said we were going to do 353, and it was just a waiting game. Time was ticking, and he went for his attempt at 325, so they changed it. So obviously we changed it to 328. He went out, and he had the power, but the right hand had just slipped out. So that really gave us the opportunity to just get the edge up over him. So Brad last second changed to a 325.5 kilo attempt. That would have been a national record, a total national record, and PR for pretty much everything this meet. So far I was 7 from 8, and essentially I told myself I had to hit it. And we went up to the bar. It was insane. The crowd was going crazy. I was trying to get amped up, and then I just thought I'd have to pull it. Even if my form goes, I have the strength. I just need the grip, and that's exactly what happened. It flew up, no grind. Went back to old habits on the third attempt, but it stuck, and that's where we are today. So I weighed in at 152.7 kilos, and I don't know how many dots, GL, whatever. I don't really care too much. I just care about the raw weight. We finished off with 7 from 9 lifts, 340 kilo squat, which is a all-time PR and a national record. That's also plus 35 on my competition PB. My bench was 197.5 kilos, which was a plus 17.5 kilo comp PR. And I can, I don't know if I'll count the 205 as an all-time PR. Yes, I did execute it. However, I didn't hit it comp standard, which was a bit depressing. So really a couple of missed grooves today, learning some powerlifter terminology. And then deadlift, 325.5 kilos. It's a new national record, and finishes us off with 863 kilos as a total record. So that's plus 78 kilos on my last comp. And that is also a national record, an all-time PR, 863. Yeah. From here on out, the only way is up. And yeah, worlds inbound. So that brings us on to the next thing. Bloody going to worlds. So I have a volunteering session next Saturday over at Paragon. They're running a competition, and they've been pretty nice. On short notice, they were able to get me in. I explained to them why, but they also know. So that's good. After I volunteer, then I will also apply for the Worlds application, which is due on 21st of May. So hopefully get that done. And then I'll be representing Australia on the world stage over at Worlds in Costa Rica. That means a new series to come. Road to Nationals is done. Powerlifting Beginnings is done. So now we have to come up with a new title. I don't know if it's going to be the Worlds campaign, the March to Worlds, something like that. I need to figure out. I don't want to do Road to Worlds. It's a bit cliche. I do want something a bit different, and I think that that will really test me. A lot of the more experienced guys have now moved up to the opens class, and I'm one of the older ones coming in, sort of like an underdog. I think the totals that I need to try and make a dent, like some of the problem guys have moved up to opens, or they've dropped class. Like the Josh guy from Great Britain, he's dropped down to 120s. Whether that means someone like Chinye Nonso moves up to 120 pluses, I don't know. But at the end of the day, what wins is totals, and I need to put a lot on in around 3 to 4 months. So if that means I'm gonna go for a little cut and then bulk back up, then I'm gonna do what I have to do. Got a little short volume block now, and then we have the 2 peaking blocks, and we're already pretty much at Worlds, which is insane to think that I joined the sport 6 months ago and then win national champion in two competitions. But look, I'll let you guys witness that. In the comment section is going to be my Instagram. That's where I post everything. I'll probably post another thing over the next couple of days. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. I really hope you guys can sort of keep supporting me and watch me push to Worlds and try to mark my name and etch my name into history, or at least see how I compete on the world stage. So catch you guys later, and Road to Nationals is now done.